An even number can be divided by 2, and an odd number cannot. An average is a value that best represents a given set of data, and there are 3 more precise terms for this: the mean, the median, and the mode. The mean is a more scientific and precise word for the average. The median is the middle value of the list when it is arranged from smallest to largest. The mode refers to the most common value in a list. In other words, the value with the highest frequency. And if no value occurs more frequently than any of the other values, there is no mode. A prime number is a number that cannot be divided by anything other than the number 1 and itself. 3, 5, 7, and 11 are prime numbers. A fraction is a way of writing a division calculation. 1 divided by 2 is a half, but as we don't have a written sign for that, it is expressed as 2 numbers. The top one is the numerator, and the bottom one is the denominator, with a short line separating them. The numerator tells us how many pieces we have, and the denominator tells us how many of those pieces are needed to make the whole. We do have a normal word for half, third, quarter, fifth, and other simple fractions, but more complicated ones have to be indicated in spoken numbers, such as 7/9 or 7/9, or 31/67. The short line for the fraction can be typed on the normal keyboard by using the slash sign. When dividing a number by another, the answer can be expressed in whole numbers plus a remainder, rather than a fraction. For example, 11 divided by 4 is 2 remainder 3. Probability is a measurement of how likely something is to occur, expressed in numbers or percentages. There is a 1 in 3 chance that it will rain. There is 100 to 1 chance this horse will win the race. There is a 50% likelihood that it will snow today. Probabilities can be shown in a tree diagram, which gives all possible outcomes of an event. The reciprocal of a number is 1 divided by that number. The reciprocal of 4 is a quarter, i.e. 1 over 4. A number multiplied by its reciprocal always comes to 1. Another definition is what to multiply a value by to get 1. 4 times a quarter equals 1. Fractions can also be expressed as decimals, which is an alternative notation that breaks down the fraction part into a range of values based on tens. The first number after the decimal point is tenths. The next is hundredths, then thousandths, and so on, adding a 0 each time, and writing the next number to the right-hand side. This is similar to the normal notation of numerals, which increases by a factor of 10 for each place and goes leftwards, signifying ever greater quantities. The decimal numbers sit to the right of the decimal point, travel to the right, and the denominators increase by factors of 10, and the quantity they signify gets smaller. Irrational numbers are those that cannot be adequately expressed by a finite number of decimals or by a fraction. The decimals of these are never ending or non-terminating. If there is a repeating pattern in a decimal number, it is called recurring or repeating. 1/3 written in decimals is a recurring number and is spoken as 0.3 recurring. The fact of it recurring is signified by writing a line or a dot over the 3, or an ellipsis, 3 close dots after the 3. Decimals with a longer recurring pattern can be shown with a dot over the first and last digits of the pattern, or the pattern twice, followed by an ellipsis. An equation is solved by progressively simplifying the parts of the equation. All the adding, subtracting, multiplying and dividing is carried out until the simplest numerical answer is obtained. Several numbers added together make one number that is the sum. Subtracting one number from another gives the difference between the two. Doing your sums is an informal phrase that means doing the exercises in a mathematics class in school, making calculations on some work or project, or, even more colloquially, coming to a conclusion or decision based on the information available. The sum of 5 and 6 is 11. The difference between 9 and 6 is 3. The product of 2 times 3 is 6. 20 is divisible by both 4 and 5. The number being divided is called the dividend. The divisor is the number by which another number is to be divided.